So from that OTF data, Operation Transformation Form data, you can see, well, KPM, the extended workforce, is pretty weak. They choose to be weak, and, well, they want to learn by their own, well, lessons. However, if you look at their strength, which is strategic portfolio management, brand promise and promotion, team agility and empowerment, structured on-job learning, and others, they are really the maximum, the highest score. They're doing really good in that. So as I mentioned, Jonathan has done some good work about what does it mean by, okay, 59% average. So in average, achieve much greater business outcome. Okay, you're doing all right, you get some business outcome, yeah, but you can do better. And with KPM, 79%. Okay, if you have done this survey, you should have the we call the donut diagram with you on your mobile. And how to read this donut diagram? The light color means the gap. So you can see, like KPM, the biggest gap to them is the big data and AI. It is their largest gap. 79%, let me come back here. What does it really mean? You can read by yourself. It is at the top right quadrant. Good progress has been made, and some business benefits will have become apparent, which they really get good benefits from the WeChat Go partnership. They grab all the Chinese tourists to Europe data roaming business. However, there will still be some dimensions and sub-dimensions with poor digital maturity, which will be preventing the organization from achieving potentially much greater business outcome. As you could see, the big data and AI, they are a bit far from world class. This is the KPN data, which I showed before, and now it is the interesting part. If you have done your mini survey, you may want to look at what was the score with you. Now, well, actually, my mistake. This is the KPN. So with the maturity, what does it really mean? So the maturity can really help you to identify the pathway and where you are regarding the operational efficiency and customer experience. So KPN is at this position, and our recommendation to them is continue in path 3, because the collaboration is doing really good. And it is one of the very few companies we see the business and technology can collaborate and agree with the investment and roadmap in a very business outcome manner. So this is the data sets. We only got time to process 25 data samples. Thank you for your contributions. And by the way, we had 150 attendees just now, and we only have 25 people. You are too shy to tell others how good you are, right? You just don't want to tell you are the world class here. And with this data, you can see, well, very much along the medium line. And this is especially horrible. Metadata management. Let me share, well, I have a few minutes to tell you how I don't believe this. You guys are telling lies. Or you guys don't really understand what is about big data and AI. I'm sorry that I'm responsible for Huawei professional development in big data and AI. So this data tell me you guys are honest, but maybe some knowledge gap. If someone is doing very good in data science and AI, but the metadata management is not managing accordingly, you are rubbish in and rubbish out. Congratulations, you are wasting your technology investment. And if I look at this diagram on the continuous delivery, the design thinking is above average. Congratulations, you don't need to talk to Jerry or ThoughtWorks or Huawei anymore. But you're not delivering. The continuous delivery is below average. It means this is very typical pattern we see. A lot of people are passionate. Let's sit down and design thinking, but you don't deliver any application, or you don't actually agile enough response to the customer or employee needs. You're not continuous. You are one time, and then next year, let's talk about it again. This is not digital. So let me look at the spread of the data. The spread of the data looks like that, with standard deviation. Well, Jonathan is the expert, so I better speak properly. the design thinking really spread pretty well if you look at it above media, and also the security, cyber security, and digital risk management. Okay, so it makes sense. Telco, we are very conservative. Don't make mistake. Don't fail. Fine. The API and microservices, the second last. I hope I can help you guys. Yeah, it's quite bad. It's really hitting the bottom, which is you need to talk to George. Yeah, open API and open digital architecture. And if you don't really fix this, you can build you can do a great design thinking, you can improve the continuous delivery, but there's no API and no platform, no architecture to enable you to be successful. And I show in the morning, we kind of look like beginning, progressing, and experimenting. So you can kind of tell yourself, or I mean not yourself, these 25 data sets among us. In general, we are not beginning, which is good. At least you all believe this is something necessary to do, but definitely also not experimenting, because you're just not ready to experiment. So I will say in general, the participants here in this room are some kind of in progressing. Okay, there's a lot needs to be fixed in terms of not just get trained, but also how the new ways of working can be really codified. And if you have the data set, you probably can see, I have my colleagues to generate the diagram, which is the pathway most of us are more or less here. We are still in the silos and spaghetti. Yeah, who present the slide? Andy has this spaghetti slide. Yeah. So the 25 samples tell us we like spaghetti. Yeah. Keep eating spaghetti. Yeah. And then the next thing is why we have to talk about the ODMM, the pathway, are you spaghetti or not? Because this is the data we get, or the information we get from Forrester. So Forrester recently have carried out at the bottom, 1,559 business and technology decision makers globally. It doesn't matter the way they classify things, but it's more or less complete, underway, investing, not transforming. That is the percentage. So 44% are not pursuing or have the wrong understanding about digital transformation. That one I think is fine, wrong understanding. But I think the most worrying to me is remaining 56% are struggling. So it means they already ignite the engine, but they are not going anywhere. They are not delivering any business impact. Customer is not getting better experience. Employees are frustrated after 1.5 years. So we really need to promote, which the TMF DMM model is to understand the maturity, pick the right pathway, pick the right KPI. And you will hear later, and also we really need to drive for proper certification in digital transformation. So as I said, you'll hear later from Hong Kong Telecom Anthony and Huawei as well about their transformation experience. So I think this is my last slide of this trip. And let me hand over to Derek. Yeah, and Derek will talk about the Open Road certification, community certification.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, actually I want to be a millionaire in 2 years. But how much money I got? And how can I get $1 million in 2 years? I don't know. So that's why there is the Digital Mastermind. Every company wants to have a digital transformation, but they don't understand the status, and they don't know how to do it. So Digital Mastermind is a guidebook to tell you where you are and how to go there. Thanks to Nick, the CEO of TM Forum, in his yesterday's keynote presentation. He mentioned that the Digital Mastermind is one of the most comprehensive guidebook for us to understand digital transformation. So Open Roads community wants to help everyone to understand this Digital Mastermind. We actually developed 3 layers platform for you to learn the Digital Mastermind. The basic one is the Open Roles Associate Certificate. It will help you to have a broad understanding of Digital Mastermind. As you have just noticed that in the first part of the sessions, there are people from TM Forum, Ogilvy, ThoughtWorks, and Roland Berger, and different aspects of areas. So the Open Roles Associate Certificate, the objective and the benefit to you all to learn is to understand the wide spectrum. Then there will be the Consultancy Certificate. The Consultancy Certificate is help you to be expert in certain areas. Just now you can see in the Open Digital Maturity Model, there are 6 dimensions. Maybe you already forget it, but these 6 dimensions will have a comprehensive understanding of the company's maturity. So all these 6 areas, if you want to learn in it, you need to take the Open Roles Consultant Certificate. And for the master, actually it's by invitation so that we can learn together on new areas and publish these findings in the Open Roles community. You can see the key focuses in here. In the Open Roles Community Associate Certificate, it is ready in November. All the questions and all the areas has been developed and ready. Later I'll show you the website. And for the Open Roles Consultancy Certificate will be ready by February next year. You can see here there are 6 certificates. So we don't think any of you can be expert on all the 6 areas, but you can start from the areas that you most wanted to learn. And then you can try to take those tests from strategic dynamism, customer centricity, digital culture, talents and skills, innovation and lean delivery, big data and AI, and technology leadership. So briefly, you can see that we already developed these frameworks for you to learn on the Digital Mastermind. So for those who attain the consultancy certificate, we will collaborate with you and try to discuss on new areas that we can work on so that you can also become a member of the master in the Open Roles community. As many of you, you can search Open Roles community, and inside there's an area for certifications. So you can go inside and have a look so that hopefully we can join together and invite you become the master of the Open Roles community. That's all. Thank you for you all.